Elena Villafana Sylvester, how are you?
Hi.
It's not very
I'm
often people
wonderful.
get a hug from Rishi, yeah?
I said she's one of my favorite.
Exactly,
persons.
and we could see that.
Well, how are you?
Oh gosh, I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. It's great to be here.
Well, it's great to see you. What are we discussing today?
All right, so we're talking about what has happened with the schools over the vacation and how so many schools are ready
Really?
For the opening of the school term because they've painted and they've put in new furniture. So there's exciting stuff that happened
How many
over the
schools?
last few weeks. So we're looking at about 77 schools
Wow.
that have received paint
Right.
and
You planning to
and-
take over from the Ministry of Education?
okay, let's not get carried away. It's only that's a drop in the bucket.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But it has been really exciting stuff. I mean, last week Friday in Maruga RC and Marak Baptist actually made it like almost like a family day. They cooked, parents came out, teachers came out, and they got these schools painted. So it wasn't just about painting the schools or helping to get the schools ready, but it was about building that community spirit and everyone getting involved to sort of transform the appearance of the schools so that when children go into the school on Monday, I mean, it's going to be exciting. It's like
That's
your
right.
brand new, facility.
Yeah, you know what I like about that is the fact that, the parents that came to help out, they could be like, I was a part of that. I was
Yeah.
a part of making my child's experience better when they go back out to school.
Exactly. And when you're part of anything, how do you treat it and how do you feel about it and what kind of response do you have to it when when you're involved in something? It transforms the relationship that you have with the building. Could you imagine you walk into a place and it's completely clean and the floors are nicely polished? Are you going to throw any paper on the floor? No, because you're
Well, I
going to
wouldn't
be
throw
like,
paper regardless of.
okay, but if you walk into a place
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
dirty and
Yeah,
so
you might be more.
you'll be like,
you might feel obliged to contribute.
you'll be
to
like,
it.
oh,
Like, yeah,
it's
they don't
nasty
care about
already,
this place,
you
might as well,
whatever. So, but for the children, I mean, I wish I could be there at all the schools that were painted on Monday, just so that I could see the faces of the children. And I'm gonna ask the schools if they could post pictures so that we can see,
Right.
the impact that has had.
Here is my concern. You did that. Your team would have gone out. Some parents would have gone out and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've seen it because I went to school with people.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 months after, you go and there's drawing on the wall. The furnitures are bent, and how are
Well,
you going to treat with
and that is the good thing about your involvement. When you are involved in something and you take the time to go and paint it and you tell your child, listen, mommy spent the day painting this classroom, there's a different kind of response that you get because it's not someone else's responsibility. I was part of that. So you have to have respect for the work and for the time that I put in to do it. And I hope that is the kind of response that we will start to feel because it's part of building the school community as well so that everyone feels that they are part of it. This building doesn't belong to someone else and I'm just coming here Monday to Friday and it has nothing to do with me. I am a part of this. I took care of it and I made this happen. And therefore you should have a greater love and respect and
Investment.
just feel great. You
Yeah.
invested in it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what we hope.
Well, hopefully that is the case and they actually take care of it because, as you said, only 77 schools, which is a drop in the bucket
It really is.
of what
It really
the reality is and
Yeah.
the amount of schools that actually need repair. So now they have a good opportunity to show people that, hey, we're taking care of this and we can focus somewhere else now.
Exactly. And there's a mix of what transpired in the schools in terms of some of them did classrooms. Some of them painted the outside of the building. Some of them did the periphery walls. Some of them did play areas. There's all, every school can tell you about a space that they improved. In Corial, for instance, they did a library. So that we actually gave them bookshelves so that they can actually start a library. They didn't have a library in the school. So those are some of the fun and exciting things. I mean, to me, it's so exciting because it's such a wonderful thing for children to be able to have a space that they're comfortable in and it's just fun and nice to be in an environment that looks friendly, that is clean, that is, has new furniture,
That's
new
right.
things.
An
It's
environment
exciting.
They can be proud of, and kids could say, oh, my mommy painted that, or my daddy painted that, or put in this furniture,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in Gasparilla, on at least 2 occasions, we had interclass competition, so for different forms, and what the challenge was who can clean their class the best.
Oh.
So that day, students, classmates would bring like water and buckets and breeze and soap, and you clean, and then teachers would go around, and then they would judge to see which class kept the environment the cleanest. And I thought that was such a good initiative, which is something I think we should look at in most schools.
I love that idea, Rishi. I'm certainly going to share it.
Yeah, we did that at Gasparilla. We were very innovative people down there.
But again, when children get involved in these things, then they treat it differently and they interact with the environment differently. So I think that is a wonderful idea. So when you talk about how are we going to keep this space clean, that might be a good way in terms of encouraging them to continue, because it might start off good for the first month.
Right,
and then,
exactly. And then somebody feels okay to draw on the wall.
But maybe if we have things like that, it could transform it. Yesterday, we had a visit at Field from Blanchishares Primary, and they're actually doing a fundraising event for their Standard 5 students because they want to put a photocopying machine and a printer for that level so that they could help prepare them for SEA. And one of the things they did, and again, this is a credit to the community and to the parents, and so they actually came by Field to receive some prizes that they could use for the event. And it's all part of that continuous trend of community building that we're seeing happening. That is so exciting.
Yeah, and we will continue to hear about the work that Field is doing. Thank you very much once again, Elena Villafana Sylvester, for joining us on the Now Morning Show. It is time for